Okay, so here's the home, 632 Florida Street here in Vallejo. And there's the wall that holds it back from the street, entrance to the gate. The wood stairs definitely need some work, they're aged. The front of the home is completely overgrown, as you can see. It needs to be completely landscaped. Now remember, these homes were built in 1890. They look like they're twins here at the time, built at the same time. This one here though is the 2-bedroom. This one here is the 3-bedroom. And with the exterior, you can't do any modifications because of the antiquity of the home. Here, of course, they painted it to make it look real nice. And this could have the same potential once it's done. So as we go up, again, these stairs are very jittery as well. Need some work. It's kind of windy out there. Okay. So, here's the home. So it has bay windows in 2 of the rooms here. This is actually the living room. Here's the first bedroom here. It has its own little bay window as well. And you can see they started the electrical, the drywall is up, okay? The floor that has the actual, the press board here to lay the floor. The contractors just didn't finish the work. You can see they got all the light sockets put in there. All the electrical is in, but of course it's not connected. Now this was the kitchen right here. There was a wall here, and then tore down the wall. The stove went right here, because you can see there's the gas lines for the stove and the refrigerator and everything here. So they opened it up a little bit more to make it a bigger living room area. And over here, here's the other bedroom. Second bedroom, and if you go to the left here, this is the 3rd and master bedroom. You have the bathroom here as well. You can see the work was started, just never finished. This is a closet with a window. And all these bedrooms, if you notice, they don't have closets. They took the closets out. I think they were doing that to make the rooms look bigger, but now you have no place to put your clothes, so you have to put the closets back in. This would be the wash area, I would think. I know the hot water heater goes here. And this is the other bedroom here. Bathroom. See, everything was started but not completed. Now the floors weren't even done here. So the side entrance or exit, you go right into the backyard from here. It did have AC at one time. I'm sure that's no longer functional, so that has to be replaced. You have a little area here, little patio porch area, I guess. There's cobwebs everywhere. I don't know what the condition of the roof is. Obviously I can't see up there, but I'm sure it may need some work as well. The backyard completely overgrown also. It needs to be landscaped. Now, it does have a garage. I think it's a 1-car garage, but they tried to turn this into an ADU as well. So when I came here last time, I noticed that the work was started. That's why there's a big old pipe here in the middle of the garage, and they were doing something. And that was the actual, here's the door to it, and you would actually come in from this, there's a little alley street back here, I call it. You can see there's other homes back there, other garages as well. And you would come through this way to put your car in. But of course, if you either continue the work as an ADU, or you can just tear it down and make it back into a garage. But that's what was going on in here. All right, let's go back to the front. Okay, so I just closed the door to quiet the street noise there, but this is the home. As you can see, they started the work and never finished it. So if you're an investor and you're looking to invest in, of course, fix and flip, I don't know, do the math. See if there's a good spread there for you to make it work. 425 or better, of course, is their asking price, but you can take a look at this one if you want. If you want to buy it and hold it for a while, put some money into it, rent it out, and wait until the market picks up, you can sell it later. That's also another possibility. But here it is. So, she's not pretty to look at, but with a little bit of work, you continue what was done here, and you can definitely restore this home back to its original glory that it once was back in 1890. Okay, so if any questions, just give me a call. Okay, so now that you saw the video, what is the actual ARV or ROI of the property, okay? ARV, a lot of investors like to call themselves fix and flippers. They simply want to fix it, put some money into it, and then flip it, and then make a profit. And that's what they get, the fix and flip. Then you got the ROI investors, return on investment. They buy it, put some money into it, put a renter in there, hold off for some time, a year or two, maybe 3, and then of course when it builds equity, they sell it sometime later. Either way is fine, but how do we come up with the value of that home? So first thing you gotta look here is on the map. You can see this is the map, and all these homes here that are shaded out in gray, those are not compatible. Okay, we're using a program here called Cloud CMA. CMA stands for, my dog's shaking. CMA stands for comparable market analysis. Basically, is just what is the neighborhood doing right now as far as home values, and that's what it's giving us. So see, these are not compatible to here, and I'll show you why in a minute. Then of course the activity we have there, we normally have green, yellow, and red. We don't have any yellow. Yellow would mean it's pending right now, but we do have some greens and some reds, some things sold there. Right now, the greens are what's active. You can see anything active to mean the high 400s or the low 500s. So depending on the condition of the home, if it's fixed up right, this is probably the most expensive one here on the block or in the area actually. So we'll take a look at all these homes to see what gives them that type of value. So as you come down here, these are the ones that sold right now, okay? And by the way, you can see, I gotta stick, when people say, well, how do you figure out, what is comparable, what's not comparable? We gotta compare apples to apples and oranges. I look at the square footage. I look at the year it was built. Okay, this is, by the way, a Victorian home. So basically, if it's a Victorian home in Vallejo, you cannot change the outside of the home. When you saw the outside, you can paint it, you can clean it up, you make them nice, but you have to have the original architecture because it is a home of antiquity. So therefore, it's an antique home. You can do whatever you want on the inside. You just can't touch the outside from its originality when it was built. The home that we're looking at, my home here, this is actually was built in 1890. And here are some 1905, 1900. So look at the dates. Okay, this you can see in the 30s and onward, it gets to be, I guess you can see, newer homes. But we have to stick with the older homes. So right now, these actually sold at the time, and it sold for $465 and $525. But if we scroll down here, you can see the ones that are pending. I couldn't put them on the map because there are only 2 bedrooms. And remember, we have to compare the rooms as well, the square footage. So this is like 1,050 square feet. This one is about the same square footage, but it's only 2 bedrooms. So we have to give and take. And it's important because if you start playing with these numbers, you can see, if you look at here on the ledger on the side here, what happens is it changes the numbers. Actually, it goes up and down. Let me see if I can. Here's one. Here's a 4-bedroom. Look what happens here when I put this in there. Do you see how it changes the average, it changes the high, and in this case the medium drastically depending on the home. So to do this right, I'm not going to compare 4 bedrooms with a 3-bedroom home. Even though it was built in 1890, the same year, this is 1,900. This is twice the house than the one that we're looking at here that had to be fixed up. So with that said, we have to stick with what's compatible, and therefore here's another one. Now this one look at this one. This was built in 1865. That's way older than our home, and that's like what? Yeah, Abraham Lincoln. It's been a while since high school history. The Civil War, I think, was around that time. And if you look at this home, this is the most expensive home right now in that area. Let me see if I can actually open this. There you go. And I remember this house. This was actually a fixer not too long ago. It was a major fixer. They fixed it. They flipped it. Now they're selling it again. DOM stands for days on market. So it so far has been on the market for 16 days. This is a typo. She said charming 1835. No, it's 1865 bungalow. But yeah, you can see they did a great job. That's a piece of history right there. So, and notice on the front, they kept it. That's the way it was. That's the way it was built back then. And they left it exactly the same way. So very important to note that you cannot change the exterior of the property. So with all that said, let's look at another. Here's one in Sutter. This is probably the most compatible one to ours. 720 Sutter. You got 3 beds, 1.5 bath. We have an extra bath in ours, and this is 784 square feet. A little smaller, but it was also built in 1890. It's been active now. It's not only a 1-story. See, now this is a 1-story. So again, this might not actually be very comparable to ours, but you can see they did a good job. Well, it's only 4 pictures. So I don't know what they're showing here, but okay. How long has it been on the market for? 7 days. This just came on the market. So where are we with this then? Well, basically, this is what we're saying. Right now, this is the ledger. Everything is comparable to the or home. That ones I just showed you. This is pretty much as accurate as we can get. These actually sold some time ago. And by the way, when we look at sold, it has to be within the last 3 months. I went back 3 months and sooner. I cannot go back. I could go back to 2 years, but it won't be relevant. So I always go back 3 months to keep the relevancy there. And right now, as we're looking at this, you got on the low end it's 465. Okay, and the average, they say median average is about the same thing. I always go by average. It makes it a little bit easier. The average price is around 500, and of course, in the high end, if that home does sell for 525, that's the actual market value for that area. Now, of course, AI, I don't think is very intelligent. Artificial intelligence to me is still pretty much on the dumb side. It does not know that it's a fixer. It does not know that the whole property is being gutted out. It does not know. It doesn't have any electricity. It does not know. It doesn't have any floors, etc., etc. So therefore, this is assuming if it's still livable, you know, and it just needs a lot of work. That's the AR. That's the actual value of the home. But we know better than that because obviously you saw the video. So that's why we're asking 425. 425 we feel it's a fair price. We're not going to go any lower than that. With that, now if you're if you're an investor that's the ARV, the fix and flip, do the math. If there's a good spread there for you, a good margin for you to make a profit, maybe it's the right home for you. If you want more, it's not the right home for you. If you're an actual, ROI, a return on investment investor, where you want to buy it, put some money into it, put a renter in there for a little bit, this may work. It may work out well for you because obviously you have time on your side. But that's why we think 425 is a very fair price. First come, first serve. Whoever wants to pick this up, I'll be happy to work a deal with you guys. So that's what we got here. If you got any questions, feel free to give me a call, and hopefully we can work a deal.